My friend, Delectable Dyads, key of E major. Now, the key of E major is rather difficult. The chords for E major, like this one and this one, they're not easy to attain. But the one thing we have going for us is if you practice the practice of practicing, meaning you devote 5 minutes, oh, gee golly whiz, these are my things. You devote 5 minutes every day to doing something collectively towards the greater good. Here's what it could look like. We know what an F major looks like. A lot of us play it like this. If we take our finger and play it like this, we're kind of seeing the same shape, just like traverse and go backwards. The whole thing about the ook and many of our instruments, when we flip around fingers and shapes, we get different chords. Well, one of the cool things we could do is actually work on playing the G sharp, the B, skipping a ring finger, and then that third fret, it's in entirety, and using the pinky to get super strong, bringing it over the top. Now, I know you're saying, gee golly whiz, Wago, I'm never going to be able to play this chord, and nay say I. I also thought when I was younger that I would never be able to use this chord. This is what we call a G minor 7. Now, on guitar, it's called a D minor 7, but it's the same difference. The hubris. I said, when am I ever going to use this chord? Long story short, I've played this chord probably 200 million times in the last 35 years. So what we're going to talk about today is just how to play 4 chords inside of this key structure and get really good at playing these. The reason why we want to play an E major like this and then an E major like this is we're going to be able to hear 2 distinguishable notes when played together form a harmony called a dyad. A triad, or a chord, or a chorad, no, it's not named chorad, or a chord is also named a triad. It just means 3 notes make up the chord. In this particular E, G sharp, and B, the E to the G sharp should sound happy, or at least like a major consonant. It doesn't have a dissonance, it doesn't feel weird. Now here's the dissonance, ready? That's a minor third. Major third, minor third, major third, minor third, na 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 na. So when we go back and forth between these and we figure it out in each key, or each chord in the key of E, we become better associated with what those dyads sound like. E major goes to F sharp minor goes to G sharp minor, then it goes to A major, B major, we have a C sharp minor, and then when we play like a B7, it's also known as a D sharp diminished, and it goes right back to that key of E. So if we just pick 1 or 2 chords inside of here and play dyads, we could form, functionally, a fun melody or a progression. Follow me now. Let's play something like the E major. Let's also play the A major. Let's play the B major. And then let's play the B7. Now these 3 chords are considered different 4 chords because that B dominant, B7, is considered the D sharp diminished, which falls back to the E. Now if we just play our G sharp and our B, nice, we've got our minor third. If we play the A major and we just play the 2 open strings, we have our E to A. Since E is the lower note, it functions as E, F sharp, G sharp, A, as a 4th, perfect 4th to be exact. And then when we play up on the B and play the same 2 notes, we're also getting that same perfect 4th. If we play our B dominant with the open note and then our finger on the F sharp to the A is going to give us a pretty big 5th. So the whole idea is, even though we're playing chords like E major, A major, the 5 chord B, then the B dominant, we're quite literally playing all over the place. So next time you're going through a chord progression like E major, A major, B major, something as simple as a 1-4-5, see how you could utilize different notes from just those 3 notes to develop your own awesome melodies. And subscribe to Beat.